everybody, and thank you for watching episode 74 of DiabeticRadio.com. I am happy to announce that as of June 19th, 2003, my A1C is now 5.9. Yay! I am very grateful that all my hard work paid off. I'd also like to say to the doctor that automatically assumed I had too much high cholesterol simply by looking at, my eyes, and assumed that I had these deposits without really doing a thorough examination. My total cholesterol was actually only 121, and my LDL is only about 45, 46. In fact, I'm doing so well. I asked my doctor, which he agreed. We decided to lower the dosage of my cholesterol med. And I'm very happy about that. That's also great news to me. This is one of the reasons, again, why there's that old saying, you cannot judge a book by its cover. But unfortunately, it's just a way of life for many of us who are diabetic. The minute we step foot outside our door, we are judged and labeled, literally. So, that's, unfortunate. I need to touch on something. I'm not sure how to put it, so I guess the best way is to just, come out with it. And that is, it goes without saying that the information shared from the doctor to the patient is confidential. Not to mention privileged company data that is extremely, sensitive. Without signing any confidentiality agreement forms and all that jazz, it should be common sense to any medical employee that a patient's information is and truly private. Yet, when I came home that very day, after seeing the doctor, it appeared, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. It appeared that a number of people already knew what my A1C was. So which probably means they knew about it most likely before I knew about it. Now, I appreciate that some people may have a general concern for me, and they really care and they really want to, see me do good. And, in that, they want to immediately share with everybody else how well I'm actually doing. Fine. However, I didn't appreciate that, a medical professional, leaked that information out, especially considering, all the stuff I went through, soon coming to 4 years with not feeling like I can keep any sort of privacy, it just doesn't seem like I can keep much of anything to myself. And my medical information should be the one thing that I should demand or feel like that should be private. It just seems like, there's so many people that are just engrossed in wanting to know every little thing that's going on in my life. If I fart, people want to know about it. God help me if I get a boyfriend, the whole freaking town of Mayberry is going to know. Did you stop to think that I didn't even get a chance to talk about my A1Cs in my video? You've taken away my right to express my good news to whomever and however I needed to express it. It is not only unprofessional but unsympathetic that a medical employee would do that. It's funny, and I could be making an assumption here, but it has happened to me in the past, where if I overheard someone say something personal, or if a doctor says something private about that person's medical condition or whatever, about them, and then I go and spread it around the block because people love gossip. What is the likely chance that that individual would have confronted me? Or maybe the person wouldn't have confronted me, but I'm sure that that person would have at least told people in their circle how much of a gossip monger I was and how I was wrong for doing that, and that's none of my business. We just have all these double standards that is just out of this world. I understand what you're trying to do, but at the same time I kind of feel like, what more proof do you need? It's been almost 4 years. What do you get? That I'm truly insulin dependent. That I'm not only that, I'm doing well, 5.9. What more proof do you want to come from the sky? On the other hand, maybe you're one of my haters that can't stand the fact that I am extremely learned about my own diabetes. You hate it so much that you are willing to dedicate your life to trying to find any little slip up, any little thing that you consider to be undiabetic like. First of all, you have no right, no one has a right to judge or critique any diabetic, especially when it's not your life. And you definitely don't have a right to critique any diabetic about what we're supposed to be doing to live with diabetes, when you refuse to pick up any diabetes research book, current diabetes research book, and truly learn. You would rather take the easy way out and just, turn on the channel and watch Dr. Oz, right? Oh yeah, he's really a diabetes authority. Yeah, good choice. I'd like to take a minute here to talk raw here. I want to take a minute to talk raw here. No teleprompter. This is just me. Now, as I said, you all know that I've gone through a lot in the last 4 years. We as diabetics as a whole, the whole diabetic community, has to swallow a lot of shit from the so-called people who are trying to help us with our diabetes, the help that none of us ask for or want. But again, I have to be raw here, and this is speaking from the heart, and I'm speaking for myself, actually. Because some people, they like that help. Maybe for them as an individual, they recognize that they need that they're terrible at taking care of themselves as a diabetic. But there are some of us who, like myself, who are very independent and very learned about diabetes and is doing very well in taking care of himself with diabetes. I have gone through so much and learned so much, both not only in books, but in community centers. I've actually talked to doctors. I've talked to veteran diabetics. I've learned a lot, from other people. And I've learned from my own personal life experience dealing with diabetes. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Some of you are wasting a lot of your time believing in things that you've never bothered to find out whether you believe is actually factual or not. And I'm going to be point blank. We in the Black and Hispanic community, we got to do better with taking the initiative and read. Okay, our belief does not translate to actual knowledge, to actual facts. Belief doesn't do anything for diabetes, and belief is one of the number one things that prevent us from truly taking care of ourselves and preventing us, and it's responsible, I believe, for most of diabetes death. Either it's because of our belief, or it's because, unfortunately, we weren't properly educated and we just didn't know that we really needed to be educated, And I gotta tell you something, I have a bone to pick with a lot of doctors. I'm very pissed because doctors are not encouraging their patients to read. You as a doctor know how complicated diabetes is. You should be telling your patients to read. And I don't know what it is. Maybe you feel that, many people in the Black community isn't going to read. Maybe you have certain preconceived notions about us, but and if that's so, I hope not. If that's so, I'm extremely offended by that you would hold back information, or you would hold back encouragement because of what you think I will or will not do. And I find it highly offensive. And I also find it a problem because when you got somebody like me and many other bloggers who are putting out this information so that people can learn from it, people automatically reject it. They don't believe it. The simplest of things, diabetic things, people cannot connect because they were not encouraged or trained to try and read about diabetes, knowing how complicated it is. It makes my job and other people's job in the DOC much harder because you're not helping us to tell them they need to tell diabetic patients they need to take more of an initiative with their diabetes. Okay, and I'm also going to be point blank with you guys. Okay, diabetes is not about fat. Fat is a separate issue. We have no idea. Okay, the blood sugar. First of all, diabetes, as I said before, diabetes is really many conditions together in one disease, okay? Your first priority is to learn how to control and maintain your blood sugar. Okay, because it is possible to lose weight and still have out of control blood sugars, and you can still cause major damage to your arteries and major organs, and you can still, you can still cause great harm to your body, despite the fact that you lost weight. Do you understand? Diabetes is not about fat. Diabetes is a disease that if you do not control it, you will wind up developing a multiple conditions that collectively can cause your demise if your blood sugar is not controlled. Do you understand this? Stop worrying about who's gay, that I'm gay, he's gay, she's gay. Who cares? For real, who cares? Why are you sitting there worrying about dumb shit about what my personal life is? I'm still trying to stay positive and teach people about diabetes, teach people how to live and save their life. And there's just so many of you who just choose to focus on dumb shit. You need to know diabetes is serious. And the people in the Black and Latino community have to really look beyond your own belief. Do you realize that the most concentration of people with diabetes is in a church? You know what? I don't mean to offend people, but you know what? Being diabetic, I'm always myself. I'm always being the brunt of offensive comments all the time. So you know what? You can handle this. And that is, okay? You see this book? See this? This, okay? This is not what's going to help you with your diabetes. Because if it did, there wouldn't be so many men and women in church with diabetes not being healed. Now, when I say that, I'm not debating the existence of God and whether he's real or not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, despite your belief in God, your belief is not enough to control your diabetes. So what does that mean? It means that there is some level of earthly responsibilities that you must attend to. You can't say to yourself, oh, I'm so godly, I'm so spiritual, I don't need to worry about anything else. There are two worlds that you have to balance: your spiritual life and your worldly life, your worldly responsibilities. And one of those responsibilities within your worldly responsibilities is your health. Not worried about who's gay, not worried about who's straight, not who's sleeping with who. Your diabetes. Because hopefully by now, if you've really been listening to me and you've been really reading my stuff, you know that if you don't take care of yourself, you could die. Okay? This Bible is not going to help you take care of your diabetes, real world. You know what's going to help you take care of your diabetes? This book from the ADA. This is what's going to help you take care of your diabetes. You see? Nice, beautiful text. All about diabetes. You know what's going to help you with your diabetes? This book. Another great one from the American Diabetes Association. Ooh. Not a stupid Reeking Deek magazine. Not Dr. Oz. This is what's going to help you understand the complexities of diabetes. You know what? Another one. A great book from the ADA. Look at here. 1001 tips on diabetes. Another one. Ooh, I just talked about this not too long ago. 50 secrets Okay, 56 of the longest living diabetic people. Ooh, Diabetic Answers book. Ooh, great book. Diabetes 911, also from the American Diabetes Association. Real life guide to diabetes. Real life guide for real people. You're not going to get the information that I know from a 1 or a 2-paragraph article or a 15-minute news program. Syndrome X, another good book. Ooh, look, magazines. Look, American Diabetes Association. Ooh, look, food ideas. Look, look, people that look like you and me, real family. People that look like you and me, taking care of themselves, teaching us diabetes. Look, look. Look, Richard, remember him? The guy that I interviewed? Great book. He writes about his personal life. We are here to try to teach you. Take advantage instead of worrying about people who's gay. Look, you want to know about homeopathy? Nice, a great way to incorporate with learning how diabetes. Change your state of mind to help you to focus, to take care of your diabetes. They even have stuff. You have IBS for dummies. There's no excuse. Read. Stop worrying about who's gay. Stop worrying about my life, because I'm not worried about yours. I'm doing what I have to do. Do you understand? I'm just so sick of this already. You know, we as blacks and Hispanics, I don't understand why we stay so long doing the same things, thinking the same way all the time, and we never snap out of it. What the hell is wrong? I don't understand. What the hell is wrong? I don't get it. I hope you get it now. I really do. Because I feel sorry for you. Don't wait till the last minute till the doctor says he has to take your leg to all of a sudden break down and say, oh, I shouldn't have done this, when chances are you had a hell of plenty of time to learn how to take care of diabetes. Stop worrying about me being gay. Okay? You got more things to worry about than who's gay and who's doing who. You know, in our community, we're the highest people that are getting incarcerated. We're the highest in AIDS and HIV infection. The only numbers that we're the highest in pregnancy. The only thing we are low in is reading scores. And actually, when you think about it, we're the highest in the lowest reading score category. When are we going to go through the trouble to change that? Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.